Good afternoon, everybody. This is Dr. Myra Salcido with the University of Texas Permian Basin, and I will be teaching the online course Rhetoric of Religion, Teaching Not Preaching. It's the graduate level, master's level course, and it's 7 weeks. Begins May 11th through June 26th. So you're wondering, where's the syllabus? Yeah, me too. What happened is it started out as a 5-week course, which was just too condensed. So I got permission to make it a 10-week, and then I got told it had to be a 7-week to mesh with all the other sessions for summer. And then we all went online because of the coronavirus, and just a lot of changes in 16 weeks, the last 16 weeks. So I know I have it all in my head, I have to get it on paper, but I wanted to make this course so you would get something out of it that you could use and maybe make a conference paper out of. That you can maybe get something published, even a short paper in a journal or an academic journal or some kind of other scholarship, or maybe have a conference paper when you're done. So how do you do all that in 7 weeks? And you will see, if you go to the UTPB bookstore, my course is on there. It's showing the wrong section right now. It's showing the 10-week section, and they haven't got it changed, but it's the only Rhetoric of Religion course that's on there. So, 6389, I think 763 is the section. But don't worry about that. So, all the books I have are required, except God is Not One. And I don't know that there'll be time to read that. It's recommended, and I am trying to read it now myself. It's completely different than 21st century religion, which is a textbook. So in the course, there's 4 analytical papers where they're just 1 to 2 page, and there's a little format to do that in. They're not real difficult. It just takes some thought. This is a lot of deep thinking and reading, but I'm going to make it so that people are not stressed to the max. I don't like those courses that it can be intense and condensed without having to be incredibly overwhelming. I have taken those courses at the doctoral level and told myself I would never teach a course that compact, that you end up crying at the end of the day and falling asleep with highlighter markers and stuff and waking up with that on your pillow. But anyways, it won't be that. So now that I told you what it won't be, there's the 4 1 to 2 page analytical papers. There's 5 discussion boards and 6 books. You won't be reading all of each book in its entirety, but they're really great books to have, and it sounds like a lot, but the bookstore has managed to find some of the small books for $4, and some are used and some are available electronically. So it shouldn't be too overwhelming price-wise. The first assignment I have to tell you, the final assignment will be 10 pages, 10 to 12 pages, plus an abstract. That's the big paper. And you have 2 weeks, up to 7 weeks to work on that. We'll do a first draft and peer review it. So some other people will look at your paper, you have other eyes on your paper, and you get feedback, and then you could go for the final draft. And not only have the 10 pages, but a 250 word abstract. That's the kind of thing that's required for a conference. And I had taught this class before, and there were so many good papers. I wanted to take the time to put together a book, but it was just really difficult, and not as difficult as this semester's been. So many things have happened. It's even day-to-day life has changed. So it's not a course that is a survey on a bunch of religions. It's not going to go global in depth of researching different religions. We will touch on different ones and even non-believers. And the whole crux of it is, how do we talk about religion, especially in secular spaces, in the public arena, public sphere, politics, and the classroom. Religion comes up, and I teach Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s letter from Birmingham jail. He had various audiences he tried to reach, but he also focused on the Christian audience and used that as a lot of his sources. So I have students examine the rhetoric, the persuasive elements, the types of rhetorical appeals, ethos, pathos, and logos, and we'll talk about that more in the class, appeals to sympathy, logic, or ethics, credibility. So students read about it, and then they say, how come King could cite the Bible in a paper? How come I can read about religion, but I can't write about it? And it's because students really struggle trying to write about it. And the first assignment, I'm going to send you, if I can get an email address from you, you answer back, I will send you a PDF file, which is the first assignment. It's called The Description of an Embarrassment When Students Write About Religion, and it's written by Chris Anderson. One of the first things that got me involved in the study, getting a doctorate in rhetoric composition with a specialization in the rhetoric of religion, which is how people talk about religion. How do you talk about it without coming off and getting involved in preaching instead of teaching about it? And what's really interesting about Chris Anderson's article, it talks about a student who had a paper that became an altar call in the middle of the paper. And it doesn't matter what religion anybody is, this tends to happen. If they try to write about it, they have to try to convert somebody in the middle of the paper. What do you do about that? How can you talk about religion? And there's plenty of ways to talk about it without having to try to convert somebody, persuade them to take on your religion. You can talk about it without that element. So that's largely what it's about. There is one book, Critics Not Caretakers, Redescribing the Public Study of Religion, by Russell T. McCutcheon, and it might be McCutcheon. I talked to him and didn't ask how to pronounce his name. And he is this is the most difficult read in the class. It's very scholarly, but he takes on basically science as a jumping off point, and questions how words define religion. And so for the first assignment, you don't have to have any books bought yet, except for religion in the 21st Century by Jonathan Kulik. There'll be a couple articles the first week, so this would be the book you need first, and I will have PDF files. So try to find this. It's an older book, and it's surprising how many books are from 2009 that are in the class, and then I have some little ones, philosophy of religion, and this is one of them that you can get $4 used, and it's short. It's called A Very Short Introduction, and it encountering faith in the classroom, turning difficult discussions into constructive engagement. And this does all involve teachers' cases that they were presenting, cases about students and issues that they had, things come up in the classroom. And it also talks about maintaining the separation of church and state, which we need to do in public universities. And it can be done. And then Negotiating Religious Faith in the Composition Classroom. This is a really great book. And it's about teachers. Some of them profess their faith in the book, which I don't think I would do as a teacher because I don't want anybody to think I would be biased in any way. But some people are more comfortable just saying, hey, this is my faith, and this has professors that have done that, come out in faith in their chapters, and they're trying to find a way in to allow students to not have to lose their religion in graduate school, which people think once you learn philosophy and science, and it might corrupt your views. I don't think that's necessarily so. It may reinforce people's beliefs, but what it is being mindful of what your belief is about and how to express it, and realize that there are other people that are going to disagree with you, but maintaining civility. Wouldn't it be nice if we could do that, especially across the country, without people getting up in arms about what somebody else believes in, or cultural aspects, or whatever. So I've shown you some of the books. There is God Is Not One by Stephen Prothero. The 8 Rival Religions That Run the World, that's optional. It's recommended, but I'm thinking in 7 weeks we might not get to it, but you might like it. Look at everything. If you can, look at the table of contents in Amazon.com, because you can write your paper about what you find the most fascinating in the class. It's pretty open-ended. Some teachers and K through 12 teachers that we have in the class are interested in, might want to write a paper. How would you approach this in K through 12? So we have teachers in the course, which I consider colleagues. So I'm really looking forward to the course, and getting everything together right now, it's also the last day of class for spring, and I have 101 online students today that are waiting for end of semester grades. So it's exciting times. But I do what I have to do, and but this class is really going to be fun for me. I love this class. Sometimes I teach it once every 2 years. It's online. It's open to anybody, and starts May 11th, 2020. So just a matter of days, and I I think six slots open for the University of Texas Permian Basin. So if you're interested and you happen upon this video, sign up. It's filling up. So I've already gone 15 minutes. It's going to take a while to spool this up, and I want to get it to people today. So I will go ahead and address a lot more things in the next video, and looking forward to have everybody in class and everybody's perspectives. So I will see you in the next video.